Hi everybody, welcome to Crafting by the Bay. My name is JC and tonight I'm going to share with you my favorite DIY products, so I hope you join me. If you're seeing this part, you're probably catching the replay, so hashtag replay, let me know you stopped by. I would appreciate it. I'm just going to share, or actually pull up my keyword, and then I'm going to share this into my VIP group. My VIP group is just a free group where I have specials, deals, insider information. So if you're not in that group, just type info into the comments so you can get the link. All right, let me hop over to Facebook really quick and share this. But when you hop on, say hello, let me know you're there, heart this video, share if you can, and say hello. All right, let me share this. And tonight's keyword is blessed. And you definitely want to type the keyword in because the link to the launch that's coming out tomorrow is in that message that you'll get right here on Facebook. So type the word blessed into the comments so you get that message, and then you're just going to click where it says new launch in that text, that link, and you can look at everything that's coming tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Hi Linda, how are you? Welcome. You guys, some fun things. Some designs that are coming tomorrow are designs that we've had but in different sizes, and some are totally brand new. Thank you for sprinkling. So make sure you type the word blessed even on the replay into the comments so you get the link to all that fun stuff. Okay, we are going to ink a shirt tonight. Hi Jane, how are you? Hope you had a great day. Okay, so this shirt is in my Amazon store. So if you type the word blessed and then you click all links, it will take you to my Amazon store if you want to grab these shirts. So I'm just going to stick my ink mat in there. This is one of the older ones, so it might look a little bit different to you. I just went and grabbed one. Did everyone have a good day? I hope everyone had a great day. All right, let me get this in here. I'm going to show you the whole process tonight, start to finish. We even are going to heat set it because I always forget to show you guys the heat set, so we're just going to do it all. All right, so this ink mat, it is sticky, so it holds everything in place. We have like 3 different size ink mats. This is the 17 by 17, but we have a 9 by 12. And then there's like an 11 by 17 maybe. Hi Anne, how are you? You got this shirt, Jane? Anne, I hope your daughter is doing better. I hope she is home now. All right, so I'm just getting all the wrinkles out. So this ink mat, you definitely want an ink mat because it holds everything in place. But also, you definitely have to put something between it so the ink doesn't go to the back of the shirt. Because ink is very thin and it can do that. So I have these little, I forget what they're called, but the t-shirt, like, I forget what they're called. It's like a little guide and you put it around the collar and it helps line up the shirt. I got those on Amazon as well. Oh my gosh, you were there 3 hours? That is insane. Hi Beverly, how are you? Okay, so I have used this before. Hopefully it's gonna stick enough. I usually take 3 fingers and put it 3 fingers down from the collar. It is totally up to you where you want to put your design. But I'm going to sort of see here. I'm going to try to see if I can sort of make sure it needs to go. Trying to get it a little bit straighter. I normally don't measure, but you got it in the blue. Oh, awesome. The blue and the pink. Yay. All right, let's see. I think I just moved that too much. actually, it's pretty good. We're gonna leave it right there. Tonight's keyword is blessed. I always get it a little crooked, so I wanna make sure. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my squeegee, especially because I'm gonna ink, and I wanna make sure I do not make any mistakes. Hi, Lori, how are you today? Oh, I can't see, and I'll have to go back. I'm sorry, I cannot see your message. I need to make sure this is down really, really good because this is ink, this is permanent. I love making my own t-shirts because I can customize the colors. Nobody else is really, like around here, gonna have the same shirt as this. I love making family shirts, especially for Christmas. I love making family shirts, but I wanna make sure it is down really, really good. This is one of my favorite transfers. I actually made a reel today. I will post tomorrow, and it has a special guest in the reel. Thank you, Linda, for the stars. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna cover up my work area. I wanna make sure, because this is permanent ink, I'm just gonna use the backer sheet, place it right here. We are gonna use Candy Apple Red. We're gonna use Nominee, which is new. They only have the paste, now they have the ink, and we're gonna use white. I would have used a blue if this was a little lighter, but my blue was pretty much the same color and you wouldn't be able to see it. But if you had a lighter blue shirt, you could definitely do blue if you wanted to. So we're gonna do Candy Apple Red. We're gonna do white. And then we're gonna do Nominee. I'm gonna just set that one to the side. I always make sure I have a baby white candy because this is permanent. I don't want to get it anywhere I shouldn't. I mean, if you want to take a precaution and have like a Tide pen, just in case you get it where you're not supposed to, if you hit it with a Tide pen right away, it might come out. If you make a mistake, you could always cover it with something else. Like if you made a little mistake, you can cover it with a flower, a star, depending on what you're doing. So don't think I made a mistake with my ink, I have to throw out my shirt. You can always try to fix it. Yeah, I was going to use Cadet. It would show, but it's not going to be like bold. Cadet is darker than this, but if you had a lighter blue shirt, it would definitely work a lot better. All right, so I'm just gonna stick that over there, and we're gonna start with red. And I always wanna double check because I don't want this to bleed. So ink is much thinner, so you are not gonna press as hard, and my Candy Apple Red is very, very thin. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, and I am not gonna press super hard because I do not want to push this up under the transfer. If it was chalk, it wouldn't matter because chalk is much thicker. You don't have to worry. But I do go over the area a couple times just because I want to make sure, because I'm pressing light, that it does soak into the shirt. And if you have never inked before and you want to try it, I always suggest taking an old t-shirt, a sheet, a pillowcase, something that you're going to throw away. I see Linda's comment to Anne, so I'm assuming your daughter, you're getting ready to bring her home. She's not home yet. Is she coming home today? I'm sorry, I missed that. I sure hope she is. All right, so just going over it a couple times, I want to make sure the color gets in there really good. And then I'm going to squeegee it off. You want to squeegee it off because especially with the ink, you want to make sure you get all the extra off. If you don't, it's going to take a long time to dry. And then it could be a little sticky. So always squeegee it off. And you're gonna wash this transfer, and so you don't wanna wash a whole bunch of product down your sink. All right, so just like that, so we're all done with the red. I'm gonna stick that in the water. I'm gonna cover this up. And then we're gonna switch to white, and we're gonna do the word white in white. My white is a little bit thicker. You can add a drop of distilled water in here if you need to. I try not to add water into my ink unless I absolutely have to, but you can. But my white ink is a little bit thicker, so I'm actually gonna push a little bit harder because this one is definitely not as thin as my red. My red is new. My white, I've probably had this white for over a year. But do me a favor, type the word blessed into the comments. We have a product launch tomorrow. It's a small launch. And you guys, there is one in there. If you have lost a loved one and you want to make something to remember them by, there is a transfer they brought back, and they did it a little different. They added some floral elements to it. So type the word blessed into the comments and then you're going to click on where it says launch, new launch. You can see the lookbook of what's coming out tomorrow morning. It's coming out 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you're East Coast, 11 a.m. And I believe there is some kind of special. I was watching it while we were at dinner. I mean, we're eating here, but I turned it on and I didn't hear what she said. I almost think it had to do with shipping. So there might be a special tomorrow with shipping, I think. Don't quote me on that, but be watching for that. All right, so I'm gonna go back and I need to squeeze and then put it back in my jar. It is so quiet right now. Let me know who on here likes cinnamon rolls. Who likes cinnamon rolls? I made some today that were the easiest I have ever made, and everyone really liked them. And if you guys want the recipe, I will stick it up here tomorrow. All right, trying to get all the extra off. I think that's good. You squeegee it off till you see no more lines within your ink or your chalk. And since we're using ink, you like cinnamon rolls. I do too, but unfortunately, well, I took a little bite of one and it sort of gave me a little headache. I'm not supposed to have cinnamon. Okay, Linda, I did not make them from scratch. I'm going to tell you how to make them. I mean, like, not like the full instructions. I'll put that up here tomorrow. But you know the Hawaiian rolls that you get, like the 12 pack of Hawaiian rolls? You're going to make your cinnamon rolls with those. You're going to cut them in half. You're going to mix your mixture. You're going to put them in between the rolls, put the top layer, put the rest of the cinnamon and brown sugar mixture. You're only going to bake it for like 10 minutes. You're going to take it out and then you put a cream cheese frosting over them. I know, Lori. I can't eat them, but everyone else can, and I shouldn't have made them, but I did. So easy. You guys, grab yourself some cinnamon rolls, or grab yourself some Hawaiian rolls, and I will post the recipe tomorrow. It was so easy. Yes, Anne, it was so easy. And if your family likes cinnamon rolls, they're gonna love them. Okay, so I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna do the star and nominee and the and blessed. In the topping, like the topping of the cinnamon rolls, it was just, you mixed, I think it was butter, cream cheese, a little bit of milk, and powdered sugar. So this color is Nominee. It is a brand new ink color. It just came out. We had this in paste as a color of the month, and it was so popular, they brought it permanent, and then they added it in ink. So just like the other ones, I'm gonna go over this a couple times, making sure I push it down lightly. So that's why I'm going over it a couple times. Make sure I squeegee all the rest off. And then I'm gonna do the rest in Nominee as well. This, I love this color. It is a metallic gold. So you're just gonna keep spreading it. I don't know if I ever finished telling you guys about, if you've never inked before, just grab an old shirt, grab a pillowcase, grab a sheet, and just practice. Make sure you put something in between the layers. If it's a t-shirt, you don't want it to go through to the back. If you have an ink mat, that would be best. If not, just use a piece of cardboard. Cardboard obviously will not be sticky. It's not gonna hold it in place, but at least you have something so the ink doesn't go through to the back. And then just practice. Just practice on something that it is okay if you mess up. I promise it is not hard. It's a little intimidating because yes, it is permanent. All right, hopefully this Nominee shows up really well on here too. All right, so unlike chalk you have to work really fast. Our permanent ink, you do not. You can take your time because it takes a long time for this to dry, like overnight, but we're gonna speed it up with the hairdryer. So I can show you guys the whole process. We're gonna heat set it. I always check my fingers. I make sure I don't have anything on them because it is permanent. But if you just hopped on, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Do me a favor, type the word blessed into the comments, and then after this live, go check your Facebook Messenger for our product list. And also we have a new launch tomorrow, and so that info is going to be in there. No, I did not wash this one first. You absolutely can. I never have, but you absolutely can wash it if you want to. I don't know if this one is pre-shrunk. I should have looked. I am not sure. I got this one on Amazon. It is in my Amazon store. If you type the word blessed and go to Amazon, hopefully it would be listed there. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this off, and I wanna make sure I pull it straight up. And then because this is ink, this has to be washed immediately. You cannot let the ink dry on this transfer or you'll never be able to use it again. So I'm gonna stick it right into my water because we're gonna wash it right now. And we are gonna heat set this, so don't go away. We are not done. But so we have red, white, and blessed. Ideally, I would have wanted to do that in blue, but I was afraid my blue would not show up because the shirt is pretty dark. Okay, we are gonna wash this. So I just have a bin of water since I'm not at my sink. And I just wipe the front and the back. You just use water and a board eraser. You want to make sure you get all of the ink out of the silk screen. So these are not completely cut out like a stencil. It has a silk screen mesh. And so the ink or the chalk, whatever you're using, goes through the mesh. And so because this is permanent ink, we want to make sure that mesh is clean because if it's not cleaned and it dries, you won't be able to use it again. So you need to wash it right away when you use the ink. If you're using chalk, it's okay if the chalk dries, because as soon as that hits water, it's going to soften up, but obviously the ink will not. Hi, Shanna, how are you? All right, so you just wipe the front and the back. And the colors do stain the transfer. You can tell I used a blue on here before. The colors stain it. That's okay. As long as this silk screen right here is clean, you are fine. And this will also get all the fuzz off the back. Now you can leave it to dry upside down. You can dry it with a hair dryer. Just don't use a heat tool, just use a hair dryer on low and it will dry it. And then the easiest way to put it back on the backer sheet, so there is a front and the back. The yellow is the back, the white is what it sticks to. And I just lay it sticky side like that and then just line it up. This is the easiest way to get it back on there. And then obviously you just wipe the front and then you can store it. And if it's completely dry, you can use it again. All right, so we are going to dry the shirt really fast with the hair dryer so I can show you how to heat set it. I splattered water, but good thing it was just water. So normally I would just let this dry overnight. Hi Julie, how are you? I would let this dry overnight. The ink mat is still inside of it. I'm gonna leave that in there till it's a little more dry. I'm just gonna try to pull it off just a little bit so it dries a little bit better. So you want it to be dry or almost dry when you heat set it, because you don't want to smear it. But I will show you a trick if it's not dry. You can heat set it when it's still wet, and obviously the heat from your heat press or your iron will dry it. I totally splashed water on there. Hopefully. Hi Nancy, how are you today? If you guys want to see the product that's coming out tomorrow, type the word blessed into the comments. And there is a link that says new collection launching tomorrow. Actually, I think I put June 3rd, but tomorrow is June 4th, right? It's launching tomorrow. I think I put the wrong date. So launching tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, just a handful of products. Some of the transfers are back in a different size. Some of them have been revamped. They're a little bit different. So type that word, look at what's coming, get your list ready. All right, everything actually is dry except the white. The white is a little tacky because that was a little thicker. But I think we're okay. It's not going to make a mess. So I always, I want this dry before I take out the mat, because I'm always afraid that if I take the mat out and the shirt is completely wet and it folds on each other, it's gonna be a mess, right? So I wait for this to be dry and then I take this out. You can clean this with some Windex and your board eraser. I normally just use my wet board eraser. I will also use a disinfectant wipe. Don't ever use a baby wipe because those have oils in them, but a disinfectant wipe will clean this off and it will make it sticky again. Hi Anita, how are you? Did you see everything that's coming out tomorrow? All right, so I always protect my desk or my table because you can burn your desk or your table. So I always put a towel down. You can, I know some people that have accidentally burnt their dining room table and have made it like, you know how like the wood got like white looking. So always protect your table, your desk, whatever you're working on. So this is still a little bit damp. So I'm gonna show you what to do when it's wet or damp so you don't smear it. But you always wanna put a piece of parchment paper over top of your design. And this is, so if it is a little wet or something, it doesn't ruin your iron. You just skimmed it, so did I. Well, I was watching the live, the Zoom, but I was watching it at the dinner table with my family, so I was a little distracted. I was trying to multitask. And then I still have another Zoom to hop onto. Okay, so you can use your household iron. Just set your household iron for whatever the fabric is. And the table was you. I didn't want to say it, but I did remember that, Anita. Your household iron, set it on whatever the setting for whatever fabric you're using, and you're going to heat set the front and the back for 4 minutes. So 8 minutes total. That's a long time. My husband got me a heat press one time. So I use my heat press. I set it at 305 for 30 seconds. So 305 for 30 seconds. Now, if this was completely dry, I would move it back and forth like this, okay? But since it's not completely dry and I don't want it to smear, I'm just gonna set it down, pick it up, and set it down, okay? I can call you out. Okay. So this is heat setting it so you can wash it and dry it. So if you wanted to make a baby bib, a tea towel, a sweatshirt, a hat, you would do the same process, okay? But you can use your household iron. The heat press is just much faster, 30 seconds each side. But if this was dry, if it was dry, I would go like this. You want to keep it moving so you don't burn your shirt, okay? But since it's sort of wet, that is what you're gonna do. But now the heat dried it, so I don't have to worry about it. But I'm gonna flip it over, and now I'm gonna do 30 seconds on the back as well. Some people flip it inside out. I don't. It goes right through. So this is what you would do if it was totally dry. You would just keep moving it like this. If it is wet and you need it to heat set really fast, put it down, lift it up, put it down, lift it up, okay? And I accidentally turned it off. I pulled it right out. But that should be good. All right, so now we have our shirt. And if you've ever inked before or you've never inked before, you can feel this, but it's not like super tough. It's not rough. It is very smooth. Like I said, you can feel it. It's very smooth, but it's not like that vinyl where you put on the shirts and it's really stiff and you can't, your shirt just doesn't move. It's very thin layer, and it's not gonna crack, fade, or peel. And you can wash it and dry it like normal. I know it's backwards, so I will take a picture and put it in the comments, but that's what I have for you. If you missed the beginning, go back and watch. If you would please make sure you heart this video, comment, share it if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Hi, Nancy, it's your first time. Well, welcome. I am also from North Carolina. I am from Kannapolis. We have lived here. Actually, this month will be 3 years. 3 years. I'm a New York girl. I grew up in New York, but we lived in California forever. Could not wait to leave California, and now we are back on the East Coast, and we absolutely love it. So I'm so glad you joined us, Nancy. Thank you. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks, Jane. I love it. I've been meaning to make this for a while. You guys know that I bought this shirt when we did the strawberry one, and I just kept forgetting. I put this shirt in my drawer. Well, actually, I think my husband did, and I just kept forgetting. But maybe I will wear this one tomorrow, but I love making custom shirts. You can make them for your whole family to match for the holidays. Anita, yes, it has been 3 years, 3 long years, 3 long years. And I feel like, well, obviously we're starting all over because my husband is looking for a new job. That was not the plan, but that's where we're at. So, all right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know. There's a blue message button at the top of this page. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And don't forget our launch tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.